Hello, myself Sunil Ramkrishna, and we basically are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. In city creation, basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is India account. That is basically the Hindustan account. In this, basically, the topic basically which we are discussing that is of SBI account, Amazon account, and after 2 days, basically, the earthquake is going to come in India. So that is the topic basically which is on here. In this, basically, we are discussing now that is which project is ongoing basically in Mumbai. One person told that one businessman analysis basically person who basically is into the Mumbai business. If Mumbai business goes down, then he will be responsible for that. So that person told that so basically there are 1 lakh project basically ongoing in your software industry basically. Like this basically assume that basically there are total 1 lakh project basically ongoing. This includes software industry also. Currently basically as on. In this basically your software projects are also basically some 20 percentage. That was the answer of that business person basically. That basically he is the responsible person for Mumbai business. If Mumbai business is going down, then he will be responsible. So he keeps each and every information of Mumbai. Why? Because if Mumbai business basically will go down, then he will be responsible for that. So he always keeps active himself. Plus, he always keeps update himself that how many groups are basically doing the investment and how many people basically are visiting the Mumbai. Up to that level, basically information. You will not believe it. For example, I visited Mumbai. That data also basically he might be having. You will not believe that basically. So that kind of person basically exists in Mumbai city. Why? Because Mumbai is the heart of India basically. If anything happens to Mumbai, that means it's a entire India which is going to affect. So people basically who are staying in Mumbai, the businessmen basically, they plays very dangerous role. And if they are telling that basically, if one person is telling that basically Mumbai is the heart of India and total Indian people basically staying across the world, they are also going to affect. Why? They are also connected with the India only, basically. That means Mumbai is not heart of India basically. Mumbai is a heart of Indian nationality. That also you can say across the world. So you will not able to believe basically which topic actually currently it's ongoing. Second topic is what lava is basically activated for these projects. So currently, basically, because this 1 lakh projects, it is going to affect to not only the India, basically, it's affecting the entire Indian nationality across the world, and this everything is already done. So you can just imagine, basically, one Mumbai city is affecting the whole world. In whole world, basically, I am not talking the entire whole world. People basically here only the entire whole world Indian nationality because we can't take the entire world basically into the picture for just one nationality, that is only Indian nationality. Then second is which lava process is activated for this process project. Lava process, everybody knows basically what is the lava process. What is the lava process? That basically everybody knows. Lava process basically what is that everybody knows. Lava process means future creation. Basically. Lots of people says that yeah, basically you told just now basically one given one story basically that Sunil Nair Nasbandi happened in one of the north area basically. Sorry, the people who created the particular area which is created by north people, that is the Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. North is this basically. In this basically Delhi also basically are, but in Delhi basically lots of other people are also staying. So you can't say Delhi is a north basically. Majority basically I believe. So here basically one of the person told that just now basically you taken the example of that the north people basically has created one area. In that area basically Sunil R. Nair Nasbandi happened. So that is basically just example basically. Otherwise basically lots of people says that really में सुनील आर नायर की नसबंदी हुई क्या without having marriage, without having second marriage. His nasbandi basically done. So here basically I'm just taking as an example basically, so that everything should be clear basically. That in Mumbai this type of incidents happen, and in that incidents basically was tracked how through lava process. And currently basically which lava process basically is active, that is 1 lakh project basically which is ongoing. On the basis of that 1 lakh project the lava is activated, you will not be able to believe that basically. And lava process is connected with what basically? That is directly connected with the power company, energy company, and nuclear power company. So one person asked the question, literally basically, because he was not able to control basically. He asked that question is the land basically is producing the power data, right? Basically everybody knows that. Basically. Power data means this electricity, this everything basically is going. That is basically given by the land only basically. That everybody knows. This is basically not a big deal basically. So he told that like this. But here the question is, who is taking that power data outside the land basically? Few people says that sea water basically is the no, this is from sea water, but land is the main thing basically. So who basically takes major role? Power company, energy company, or nuclear power company? That is also very dangerous thing basically. Or basically these three people, three groups basically are connected, but real task basically is done by the satellite group, because you can't say basically that who is actually taking the power from land, because it's very dangerous, because it might possible, I'm telling you basically, mark my word, if that power basically taking the power basically, if it will get wrong basically, then whole world basically will become sand. Sand means powder basically it will become, and whole world basically, buildings, each and every human basically will just disappear just within a second basically. Up to that level, up to that dangerous level task basically, the power companies, the who are basically taking the power from land, they are doing. So who might be doing basically this type of risky task basically? Who might be doing? Earth planet basically might be doing, but without Earth planet connection, direct satellite group basically can't pass the control to this 1 lakh project. That will be very costly. So Earth planet people basically are involved in this. But here the question is, satellite group basically gives data to which group basically? Nuclear power company or energy company. Or basically some other groups are there who actually gets the data from satellites of the land, and then basically he distributes the data to power, energy and nuclear power company. That's very dangerous, and it's very dangerous because it's very risky. If anybody says that basically how many number basically are there, So one person told that hexa, whatever basically. That much risky basically happen. So who might be taking the data? That is one very dangerous thing, no, basically. Who might be that? But power company, sorry, the land company basically they are basically involved in this because without that group basically nothing happens. So who might be that? Basically? This actually is question basically. And answer basically mostly basically many people less people might be having. I am talking the power groups who are into the nuclear power company and energy company. That is Reliance, ONGC, IPCL, IOC. Then very many big Tata groups is there because this group basically might not be taking the data from land. That is 100% sure. So who might be that? Who might be doing that? The most dangerous, risky task. And after that only basically the human basically whichever the power basically we are getting, that power basically due to that group basically we are getting. You will not able to believe. The Mumbai basically currently uh, is having the power supply. Due to that power supply, trains are running, planes are running, each and every house basically is getting power supply, each and every factory basically is getting the power supply, each and every companies are getting the power supply. They are getting due to that risk taking company basically, the people who are taking the risk and getting the power from the land basically. And due to that data basically this 1 lakh project basically which is ongoing, this is the most dangerous task basically they are doing. So who might be that here basically? This is about just India. So what about the rest of the world basically? Who might be doing that basically? So this is very, because this is also one of the data of earthquake. If power basically taken from the one of the countries and few certain level of countries basically simultaneously basically you can say at one side basically for example only 80 country basically are supposed to take power data from land, but by mistake basically it connect to 85. Then what are the things going to happen, up to what level the earthquake magnitude will come? These all are basically research subject basically, R&D subject basically you can say. And this is the most dangerous topic ongoing. This is the most dangerous topic ongoing. That's why basically nobody takes that much risk. And it's very dangerous na basically. If that power company or whatever company basically might be taking data, if anything basically happens, the whole world basically become powder. Powder means sand it will become, yeah basically. Sand means you understand na basically what I clear understand. Mitti. It will become sand basically. Sand within a second basically. Within a second the land will become, the earth planet land will become sand due to that country. So it's very that's why basically the whole world are connected. Sorry, whole world is basically uh, sorry, whole world basically not basically uh, each country basically are connected with set of groups basically. Here basically I have taken the example of what, 35 people basically. So you can just imagine basically up to what level the world has reached. Development is ongoing, basically. That basically agree. But world has reached up to the level that you see basically. Up to what level the world has reached. You will not able to believe it basically. I'm telling you. will not able to believe. So one of the person told that assume that basically they are nuclear power company who gets the data from satellite. Mostly basically it might be satellite only basically. Earth planet people basically might be taking data, but it's very dangerous, no? Basically. Assume that basically both side we will see. Satellites are taking data and Earth planet basically are taking data. But mostly basically what, because if satellite groups are taking the data, they are playing more dangerous role because it's a satellite and it's in universe, and in universe basically suddenly anything basically can happen because it's a universe, no, basically. So possibilities are both sides. It might possible that universe group might be doing, but their risk factor basically are too much basically. And if it's doing from Earth planet, their risk factors basically are there, but not too much. But mistakes basically can happen. Why? Because Earth planet people basically don't have any power basically. They are fully controlled by satellite groups. That's why. So you can just imagine basically how the world basically has reached. How the world basically has reached. So you basically can't believe it basically. How the world has reached. World has reached up to very dangerous level, I'm telling you. So one of the person told that is it possible that basically set of world basically, for example, there are 80 countries, their data are taken by set of groups. That might be nuclear power company or energy, or basically it might possible that some satellite group might be taking the data and they might be dividing the data to that 80 countries. Like this, there are 222 countries. Rest of world is also basically rest of countries are also divided like that because that possibilities are more basically. This possibility just now I discussed, that possibilities are more. Why? Because if there are 220 countries, that means 220 countries basically, uh, each power company basically, or power company or nuclear power company or satellite might be taking the data. That means daily basically 221 risk, 221 groups are basically taking the most risky stuff. Most risky stuff. So you can just imagine basically how dangerous task it's ongoing. And this everything is done. That is the main. So here whatever basically risk is every second basically in this world. Whatever way basically they might be taking the data from land. But this is the only way in basically. This is the only way of the power supply data. Lots of people says that nowadays basically the risk has reached up to very dangerous level. So power supply basically are taken from the sea water, sun solar system basically is there. Because the risk factor is too much basically. But sun solar system will generate the power basically as it is supposed to. That is also a question basically. Otherwise basically why the power creator person basically is is taking the data from land basically. He basically can take he basically can't take data from sun solar system. He might have seen basically something, some risk factor, because whatever data we are going to generate, whatever energy which is generating from the human bodies, that is going to connect to universe. And in universe basically, whatever data has generated, that has to be there basically, that also in powerful mode. So he might have done that R&D. He might have done that R&D. He might not be the person basically, he might have. So whatever basically. So sun solar system basically, they have also used the huge investment basically is done. So they also basically might have thought take seen something basically. They also basically might have done some R&D na basically. After that only basically they have implemented that also basically. It's full fledged implementation has done. And lots of people says that India is that country basically who always take risk. No other country is there in the world who take risk other than India. India always take risk. So sun solar system is also one of the risk basically. Very less country basically is using sun solar system. So whatever risk factor basically might be there, that might India only knows that these all are the risk factor. If you are taking any risk, that means you only know the risk factor. No? How many risk factor basically are there while using the sun solar system? So here basically what is the topic? Lava system. Lava system is what? Future creation. In this basically I have taken my example. My Nasbandi was done by one of the group, and somebody given me AIDS. Just taking as an example. Really basically I don't have any disease. Here basically I'm taking the example so that the things basically can be clear. So due to that, lava group basically removed my data from the future creation, because they know that basically AIDS person basically can have their life basically up to what level, and his next generation basically is not that. So his birth basically is whatever basically marriage basically is going to do. Birth is not going to happen of that particular his family. So they removed the data from lava. So that is also one of the topic. So in next video basically we are going to see little bit more about the lava, the most dangerous topic, that is lava creation. And here basically I have taken the example of Mumbai city which is creating the lava.